Hello everybody, Megazard Extra. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas Eve to all of my subscribers and all of my viewers that may be watching this around this holiday season time. I hope y'all having a nice Christmas Eve with, gathering around with your family and friends, just enjoying the time together. Maybe eating like a bunch of sweets or whatnot, though, sipping on that hot cocoa, kicking back, relaxing, watching a bunch of holiday videos and everything else in between. I know with me, I'm probably going to be over there at my grandparents' house with my extended family, just going around the room, opening gifts and stuff, and probably just binging a lot of different Christmas movies at this time, catching up on some gaming and some other stuff, though. But overall, I'm hoping that all y'all is going to have a wonderful holiday this season, and keeping in tune with my daily uploads that I've been trying to consistently do for the whole month of December. For this video, I'm going to do a top 10 wish list for games I want to be either dropped or to be revealed in 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. So I'm going to be very curious to see, by the time we reach this point again, around Christmas time again for 2020, I'm going to be very curious to see, out of these top 10 that I actually picked for this wish list, how many of them actually managed to come true. So I'll probably wind up touching back on that again, hopefully within a year's time from now. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive up into this top 10 wish list of games I want to see in 2020. So starting off at pick number 10, this is the only third-party game that I'm actually going to have on this list. The rest of them are going to be first-party Nintendo games, but I gotta mention this third-party game, and that is Square Enix. I don't know what you're doing. You've been dropping the ball, but you definitely gotta give us some Kingdom Hearts games or Kingdom Hearts something for 2020, because man, we've been waiting for this mess so long. Because if you were to go back and look at the history of Kingdom Hearts games that actually showed up on Nintendo systems as a whole, we had Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance, and that was in 2004. We had Kingdom Hearts 358/2 Days on the Nintendo DS in 2009. We had Kingdom Hearts Recoded on the DS in 2010/11, and we had Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS in 2012. Yet somehow Kingdom Hearts 3 managed to come out on the Xbox One for that release for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, what the heck? Like, we had more Kingdom Hearts games on Nintendo systems, and then all of a sudden you just wanted to drop a Kingdom Hearts game out on the Xbox. I don't even comprehend that. And then now, after all this time, they're actually going to give you the Kingdom Hearts story so far, which is like all the other Kingdom Hearts games. They're giving that to the Xbox users so they can finally actually know the story context of everything. But that's just like my little mini rant, though. But Square Enix, you have no excuse to actually give us these Kingdom Hearts games, because you've been doing, I'll give you credit where credit's due. You've been giving us a lot of different of your games. Like, you gave us The World Ends With You. You've been giving us all these different Final Fantasy games. You gave us 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15. Well, the Pocket Edition, which I won't say too much about that one, though. But you've been doing a good job with the Final Fantasy things. You gave us things like Octopath Traveler, that was a new IP. So yeah, you've been hitting the ball with a lot of different stuff, but you gotta give us this Kingdom Hearts game, like, please. It's overdue. And the fact of the matter that you gave us, a Final Fantasy game, like Final Fantasy X, that technically runs on the PlayStation 2, and we have a Kingdom Hearts game that actually runs on the PlayStation 2, there's no excuse of you saying, you know what, it's impossible for you to port that, because the Switch is definitely, obviously capable of that. So at least just give me Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 at the bare minimum. If not, give us that plus the 2.8. Basically try to give us almost every single game up to 3. Now, if you don't give us 3, that's kind of understandable because of the graphics and the engine and stuff, though. But just please give us something. Please, Square Enix. Please. Alright, and then moving on to number 9, I got the Nintendo 64 Online. So everybody knows with the online service, people have been kind of ranting on that, and the fact of the matter that it took us so long from the original launch date of the Nintendo Switch for them to actually drop their online service, and whenever they did, they managed to drop it with about like 20-ish NES games, and then from that point forward, some people were like, oh, okay, that's cool, we're getting these monthly releases and whatnot, though. But then eventually got to the point where people just wanted the SNES games, they just want to move on, because the NES games, they ain't super bulky or nothing like that, so you can kind of breeze through them really fast, though. And I started to get on that train too after I played like my Mario 3 and some other stuff, though. But then I was like, man, it took took so long, and it took a whole year after that to get the SNES games, and we finally got that now. So it would be great to be able to, for them to be able to confirm that, hey, we're going to be able to get some N64 games within the service next, because I think that's going to be about due. I honestly kind of want to get an N64 controller that actually works with the Nintendo Switch, that's like Bluetooth stuff. I know that controller's going to be weird, crazy, and funky though, but dang, imagine N64 Online Smash. Like, that's my roots. That was my first Smash game. Oh man, just thinking about things like that, or Majora's Mask, or Ocarina of Time, or shoot, maybe we might get lucky and get a Banjo-Kazooie on that thing, or whatever though. But man, it's just something I really wish for. I don't know if it necessarily will come true though, but hey, maybe around September time, maybe keep our eyes out and open, because we might get that N64 Online. Moving on to number 8, I want a brand new crazy Nintendo IP, and it could be something similar to Astral Chain, because Nintendo's been doing a sort of kind of decent job already with new IPs every year. Like, if you look back into 2017, we had ARMS. People kind of talk about ARMS. It's like, well, that might not have been like a super successful game. I had fun with it for the time being, because there wasn't like a lot of games out on the Switch though. And then if you look at 2018, you had Sushi Striker, which I had a blast with that little game right there. It had like some anime-ish kind of vibes in it, and that's like one of those a few puzzle games that actually managed to click with me. And then of course in 2019, the big one was Astral Chain, which was made by Platinum Games, and loved to death that game series, because man, that was a blast. Because with Platinum Games, they always had that platinum quality and everything else though. But man, that game was overall super solid. So I'm thinking Nintendo can manage to either strike up something with a deal with somebody else making something, or they actually make the game internally though. But I'm sort of kind of expecting, or / hoping and wishing, that we can get some kind of brand new crazy new Nintendo IP, crazy like Astral Chain, that something we didn't even expect. Maybe it can be dropped within the January Nintendo Direct, that people might be sort of kind of speculating that might happen, or it could be February, because it was February for this year's though. But anyway, that's I just want a brand new IP, Nintendo. Come on, just give it to me. Alright, and then number 7, I want them to have a brand new Retro Studios project reveal, because I don't know where Retro has been for the past 6 years, because they had no work to show for this, and it's been kind of crazy. We've been, you might have been looking on YouTube or anything else though, but everywhere you look out on the internet, people have been talking about Retro Studios, what they have been doing for the past 6 years and everything else, and it's been kind of weird, because it's like, you would think Retro Studios would have had, some kind of project to reveal though, but it's getting to that point where if we don't see anything in the year of 2020, then I feel like whatever they've been working on, their project got canceled before they ended up picking up Metroid Prime 4, which that's what we know that they're working on right now though. But my secret hope is that somehow they managed to work on a special new, hidden Donkey Kong Country game, please. The sequel to Tropical Freeze, please. And they knew they got to top Tropical Freeze, so that's why they needed to take a little bit of extra time on that. At least that's what I'm crossing my fingers for, because man, it's been since the Wii U, since I last played a Donkey Kong Country game that was brand new and whatnot though. But man, that's just my really big hope for that. And I just hope, or even if so, I just hope that whatever Retro Studios been working on hasn't been, completely scrapped, that it's just not away. Because if y'all go back and recall that one little image that Reggie got during one of his gifts whenever he actually retired, you got to see like a picture of him with like Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Trixie Kong, some Metroids, Samus. And then you got to see that little weird little metal hand that was hiding behind that Mario statue. That's been kind of circulating, and people were kind of talking about that when that first happened. I don't know how many people still remember that though, but I'm wondering, is that little metal hand or whatever that thing is, because we can't identify that with any kind of thing with any kind of Nintendo IP that they had. I'm wondering what that could have been their scrap project, or the thing they might have still been working on, or maybe still is secretly working on. We don't know though. But yeah, that's my overall wish for a Retro Studio project reveal. Now, for my number 6 thing on my wish list is a new Paper Mario game. Now, I'll be honest, the last Paper Mario game I played was Super Paper Mario on the Wii, and I enjoyed that game to death. I know some people like that game, maybe some people didn't though, but overall with that game, I really enjoyed it because of the story elements and the fact that it was like my very first one. So I know that was a little bit more platformy than compared to some other ones, like such as like the 1,000-Year Door or whatever. Though I really honestly need to play that game, considering how much people have been talking about and playing about it though. But ever since that kind of trivial game, since Color Splash, which if any of y'all have subscribed or even listened to Arlo videos, we know I know he's super passionate about his Paper Mario series though. But overall, I was just kind of looking at that series like, you know what, it's about time, because I don't honestly see a Mario and Luigi game, a new Mario and Luigi game happening anytime soon, since Alpha Dream kind of went out of business. So I'm like, well, if they're out of business, the only thing I honestly have to look forward to is the Paper Mario series. So yeah, I think it's about time for them to go ahead and reveal that next new Paper Mario game, even if it's to port a Color Splash. But I'm really hoping it's just a brand new game. Number 5 on my wish list is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Now, for Diamond and Pearl, a lot of people have been wanting these games for a long period of time. Honestly, since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire actually dropped, and I was like, y'all gotta chill on this, because it's like, if we always had remakes coming out so fast, that would just be wrong though. But I'm thinking, because the Gen 3 remakes happened in Gen 6. We didn't get a remix in Gen 7. So I'm thinking, hey, in Gen 8, it's like almost every other year, that's when we're usually getting remakes. So I'm thinking, hey, you know what? They come out with Temporal Diamond and Celestial Pearl. Those are my predictions right there. Temporal Diamond and Celestial Pearl or something like that though. But hey, if they come out with those Diamond and Pearl remakes, I'm gonna be super happy, because those were my first games that I ever actually owned myself. I shared Fire Red and Emerald with my brother whenever those games were out though, when we were playing those ones. But that was like my first game I ever owned purely for myself. And honestly, it'll be finally good to be able to see those games actually be able to be playable, not just in handheld mode, just, polished and look better though, but the fact of the matter is going to be on a home console though. So yeah, that's just something I'm really looking forward to, and something I feel fairly confident that should be able to happen in the year of 2020. Now, my number 4 on my wish list is the next big Mario 3D game. And honestly, I'm thinking with this one, it could be something on the lines of the highly anticipated Mario Odyssey 2, because a lot of people, whenever Mario Odyssey actually dropped out, back in 2017, they were honestly going to think that, hey, we might get some DLC. And for a moment, I was sort of kind of thinking maybe, but then again, if you go back and look at any of the Mario games with their history and stuff, yeah, Mario games aren't really big on DLC. Maybe updates, but not DLC. We got some small updates like with Mario Odyssey, such as like the Balloon World, with Luigi's Balloon World and stuff though, but in terms of major DLC where you actually have to pay extra money to, I don't know, it's just something about Miyamoto that it's just not in this kind of formula or strategy of, him being able to, or him along with Nintendo saying, you know what, we're going to actually, DLC Mario or whatever though. But yeah, I'm thinking it's fairly close. I feel like they can possibly do a Mario Galaxy to a Mario Galaxy 2 situation where, they basically take some of the same aspects of Mario Odyssey and honestly just start making some different kingdoms and stuff. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard, and I feel like the time gap has been fairly, it's been since 2017, it'll be going on almost 2020, almost 3 years. I'm thinking whatever they got cooking in the oven, I think it should be kind of close to about done, at least for now, because even if it ain't Mario Odyssey 2, whatever the new next big Mario 3D game is, whatever it's new, it should be right around the corner, because 3 years, we're almost halfway into the Switch's life, or getting close to the halfway mark. Yeah, I feel like there should be something right around the corner though, but that's pretty much it for that. And if you think about the Legend of Zelda games, we already got Breath of the Wild 2 sequel confirmed, so I feel like the Mario one should be right around the corner. The next one on my list I got for my number 3 pick on my wish list is a brand new Metroid game. Now this one has been a very, 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 very touchy subject, because honestly any of these games will work in terms of a new Metroid game for my list. I'll take the Metroid Prime trilogy, I'll take a Super Metroid remake, I'll take a Metroid 5 game, or I'll even take a Metroid Prime 4 teaser. I will take any of those things. Now, starting off with the Metroid Prime trilogy, oh boy, for the Metroid Prime trilogy, you know, that thing's been heavily rumored. Maybe it got revealed at the Game Awards, maybe it didn't, but, you know, people have been highly anticipating this game, and I think, honestly, due to the fact that Metroid Prime 4 actually got delayed, I feel like that's probably what pushed back the Metroid Prime trilogy games, because, honestly, with the Metroid games, it's not like a really big Nintendo franchise. It's sort of kind of niche in a way, though, but you know, Nintendo fans in general still know Samus and everything. It just hadn't been like one of the like super popular series. It's kind of similar in the same avenue as the Star Fox series though. But man, ever since I played Samus Returns on the 3DS, I've been hungry to play some more Metroid games. So I feel like the Metroid Prime trilogy games is still going to be coming to Switch. It's just a matter of fact of whenever they decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and greenlit this button and we're going to go ahead and release it out to the general public. Now, there have been some rumors of a Super Metroid remake, and that would be super good, but at the same time, you know, Super Metroid is already a really good game. You can already play it on the Switch Online service right now, though, and honestly, you know, they're going to have to really, you know, beef up their game in terms of validating and saying, you know what, hey, there's a reason why we need to basically remake this game, because already Super Metroid is a wonderful game in itself though. And then Metroid 5, alright, that's the dream in the sky kind of wish there in terms of can we actually get a brand new 2D Metroid. I think it might be happening at some point, maybe on the Switch's life. I just don't know when. It's just, you know, it's just a little kind of touchy because I feel like Metroid Prime 4 will release not in 2020 but probably in 2021. I feel like it, but we might get an actual reveal teaser trailer of Metroid Prime 4 at the end of 2020, you know, maybe in the fall direct or something like that. But in terms of a Metroid 5, it either will have to happen this for 2020 or like early 2021 or something like that, or it can be after Metroid Prime 4 releases or whatever though. But it'll be something really cool to kind of see though. But overall, just please Nintendo, give me something Metroid related, some kind of solid good news in 2020, please. Now for my number 2 on my wish list. Okay, now bear with me on this one though. We all know how well Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is selling right now, because with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe we're getting very close, if it already had reached it or not, but very close to 20 million sales since it launched way back in 2017 though. But I feel like, you know, it's been so long, I feel like you're going to have to either slightly update the game or give something new to the table. And I say, you know what, Nintendo? You know, I don't feel like, because with most Mario Kart games, it's usually one per system. So I don't think you're going to come out with a new Mario Kart game, though. But hey, listen to me. Release Nintendo Kart. Because I feel like you about did everything in the series for Mario Kart. Like, you added, for the longest time we added karts. You added bikes in the Wii version. You added flying in the sky and going underwater within the 3DS version. In the Wii U version, you added the mode where you can actually go completely upside down. I don't know exactly what else can you do to the Mario Kart series that you can actually add something new to the series, because I feel like for the most part I almost feel like they might have got very close to hitting the ceiling. So hey, go ahead and open up Mario Kart to every single Nintendo IP. Let this be a kind of similar avenue to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know, throw in a Donkey Kong character here, throw in Mario here, throw in Zelda, throw in the Inklings. You sort of kind of already doing it with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, you can throw in an ARMS character, you can throw in Astro Chain. It'd be really cool to see, hey, you know what? Have a Nintendo card, and guess what? It could do the same thing like Smash. You can do DLC on it, you know, do paid or whatever though. I feel like it'll be a whole lot less demanding for you to be able to add different Nintendo characters into a kart that you're driving on all these different tracks. It'll probably be more so the tracks themselves that'll take a little bit more time though. But hey, I'm just hoping for a new racer of some kind, and if it isn't something as crazy as Nintendo Kart, hey, give me a brand new F-Zero game, because I think it's about time. The fact of the matter that you released Mario Kart so early on to the Switch's life, you leaving this perfect gap open for a brand new F-Zero game to be released sort of kind of in the middle, so that way it doesn't have too much competition with what would have been Mario Kart near the very beginning. And, you know, revive that game, because it's been years since we had a brand new F-Zero game. And I'm like, please, just don't let me have the only kind of experience on my Switch of playing the F-Zero game is just the one that's on the SNES Online service though. But yeah, I just want some kind of brand new Nintendo racer for 2020. And lastly, my number one thing on my wish list that I want to either be revealed or dropped in the year of 2020 is my pie in the sky dream of a wish. Something that can barely hardly reach the heavens, of a warrior that can actually wield blades, has angel wings, and fights in an army that fights against Medusa as well as Hades himself. And it is none other than Kid Icarus Uprising. I just want a brand new Kid Icarus Uprising game. Like, please, Nintendo, after the work that Sakurai has done on that Kid Icarus Uprising game, whenever he did that after he was done with Smash for his little bit of a break, oh my gosh, y'all are really, 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 really sleeping on this game. Shoot, at this point, I'll even just pick up a Kid Icarus Uprising port just so I don't have, I get that game reserved in beautiful HD quality and everything else, and on my Switch with, better controls that doesn't sort of kind of cramp out or, has that weird awkward style of you having to move the circle pad with one hand and then having to use the stylus with another though. And I think with dual sticks that will easily, fix up that problem. Add in a little bit of motion control and you got a really good solid game though. But please, Nintendo, you're really sleeping on this title. And if you're going by how many, units have sold, this is like a gem on the 3DS. And anybody that hasn't played this game and has a 3DS, you need to go to the eShop right now or look up your retailer and find a way to purchase this game, because this game was amazing from beginning to end with the voice acting, and the voice acting really sold the game with all the different variety of jokes they used up in this thing, with the action sequences, with the shooting scenes that, whenever you're just zipping around and flying around to when you're on the ground doing the ground missions and everything else though. I'm like, man, they just really sleeping on this series. And like, Nintendo, I don't know how many more different ways I can say this though, but please, you honestly really need to give us either a Kid Icarus Uprising port or a brand new Kid Icarus Uprising game. Like, even if Sakurai is not even able to, work on this one or come back to his baby, after he's done with Smash Ultimate or anything else like that, give a very competent team to be able to work on a brand new sequel, because I've been craving this ever since I finished this game, and that's been years ago. Years ago. So yeah, that is my number one thing that I want in my wish list of games for 2020. And it's probably the one that's probably least likely to actually happen though. But hey, you know what? I had to put my pie in the sky wish as my number one pick for games I want to be either revealed or dropped in 2020. But yeah, that about does it for this top 10 wish list games, the games I want to see in 2020 though. But hey, y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below, what are y'all's top 10 or just a couple or a few games that you just really want to see actually be brought over onto the Nintendo Switch, whether it actually be like a third-party game or, highly anticipated first-party games that you've been dreaming of having, but it's been years since Nintendo has either brought back a franchise, or you just kind of want to do like a cool, unique kind of spin on certain things though. So yeah, I'm curious to see all what you kind of wish for, and go ahead and leave those comments down in the comment section down below, and then we can possibly see, back from a year from now, did I get any of mine right, or did y'all get any of y'all's right? I feel like at least on my wish list, I feel like I should be able to hit at least 5 of them at a bare minimum. I'm hoping to actually hit 5 of them on my list though. But other than that, I didn't mention any kind of like Smash DLC drops, because I just feel like we just know that Smash DLC stuff is going to happen within the year of 2020. But if I do have to give out, and it wasn't like, Smash DLC, that's not actually a game that would have catered towards my top 10 wishlist theme though. But if I were to say my my top character that I want for Smash Ultimate, it has to be Mithra with Pyra. As long as you get me Mithra with Pyra in the game with a combination of maybe Rex, I'm good and solid, and this is gonna be the the perfect game I probably will ever play in my whole entire life. Just give it to me, Sakurai. Just please give it to me though. And yeah, I really want that Mithra amiibo. Like, I really want that Mithra amiibo, please. But yeah, that's gonna about do it for this video for today though. So I'm hoping that all y'all have a Merry Christmas Eve, and going into tomorrow, having a very wonderful Christmas day. You know, spend that wonderful time with your family, drink on that hot cocoa, watch those great old grand movies, you know, get annoyed by all the different family and company that's coming over, because you only experience this time once a year. So you gotta all take it in though. But overall, I'm just wishing y'all a very Merry Christmas. And remember, y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.